Hi, I am Joe, your AI-generated newscaster. Let's look at what cyber incidents happened in January. On January 12th, a redacted 2019 version of the anti-terrorism no-fly list was located by a Swiss hacker, Maya Arson Crime. The hacker found a database on the Michigan-based airline CommuteAir server while searching for unsecured servers online. This database contained more than 1.5 million entries, including people's names and dates of birth. These were identified by the FBI as known or suspected terrorists who are prevented from boarding any aircraft. The server also stored confidential CommuteAir employee information, such as passport numbers. The founded no-fly list predominantly consisted of Arabic and Muslim-sounding names. On January 26, a threat actor listed a dataset for sale that allegedly is the recently leaked no-fly list. On January 13th, it was reported that Norton and Norton Password Manager user credentials had likely been used by an unauthorized third party to access the data inside the accounts. Norton said its systems were not compromised, and all user passwords for the Norton account were quickly reset. However, the information inside the password vaults was likely compromised. In the data breach notice, Norton customers were urged to change all account passwords stored within the Norton Password Manager. This year was also devastating for U.S. cellular operators. First, U.S. wireless carrier T-Mobile is investigating a 24-hour breach involving the accounts of 37 million of its cell phone users, including contract and prepaid accounts. The leaked information contains customer names, billing addresses, emails, and phone numbers. But T-Mobile claims that the threat actor wasn't able to breach or compromise their systems or network. T-Mobile customers on Twitter are expressing dissatisfaction at the lack of transparency, since most of them found out about the breach from other sources and not the telecom company itself. Later in the month, Google Fi was breached, and it is likely linked to the previous T-Mobile breach. Google Fi sent an email that their primary network provider had informed them of suspicious activity involving a third-party customer support system and a limited amount of Google Fi customer data. The cell phone carrier piggybacks on the T-Mobile network for national coverage and U.S. Cellular for regional service, leaving users to conclude the two breaches were connected. There has been no word from Google about how many customers may have been affected. Next, some late news from December 31st, when Slack's security team revealed in the blog post that they had a security issue. The company noticed suspicious activity on its GitHub account on December 29th. Later, the security team discovered that some employee tokens had been stolen and used to access Slack's external repository. According to the company, their customers were not affected, and the incident was quickly resolved. However, this is far from the first time the workspace platform has experienced a security incident. On January 3rd, Toyota Motors' Indian business suffered a data breach, potentially exposing the personal information of some customers. The exact size of the data breach or the number of customers affected was not disclosed. Toyota Motor has notified the relevant authorities of the incident. Back in October, Toyota Motors' T-Connect service leaked 296,000 pieces of customer information. Nissan disclosed a data breach that affected close to 18,000 of the company's clients. The leaked data included the company's users' names, dates of birth, and Nissan Motor Acceptance Company number. Even though Nissan first learned about the breach in late June, the company only disclosed the breach on January 16, 2023, almost 6 months later. The next manufacturer being hit was Volvo. An ad was posted on a popular hacking forum, claiming they are selling sensitive data of the manufacturing giant. Volvo has confirmed that they are aware of the alleged breach and have launched an internal investigation. However, one of Volvo's representatives has told Cybernews that they have not been approached with any ransom demand. The leak is said to include sensitive data, such as access to several of the company's databases, Wi-Fi points and logins, employee lists, software keys, and other sensitive information. Russia's largest IT corporation, Yandex, was breached, with over 44 gigabytes of data, including source code, leaked. According to Arseniy Shestakov, leaked info includes the source code of all major Yandex services, posing a significant security risk for the company. Yandex has told Russian media it was aware of the leak and has launched an investigation to understand how fragments of the source code got into the public domain. The leaked Yandex source code revealed that their search engine was massively filtering out information, blocking results that showed Russian President Vladimir Putin in a negative way. You might remember that in late December last year, threat actors claimed to be selling the data of over 400 million Twitter users, asking for $200,000 in exchange. At the start of January, the situation escalated as 63 gigabytes of data consisting of the personal information of 200 million Twitter users was released publicly for free. The database is available for anyone to download, posing severe security risks to all these people. According to Cybernews security specialist, this information can lead to social engineering attacks and doxing. A game developer, Riot Games, got hit with a devastating attack on January 25. Threat actors have stolen the source code of League of Legends, the company's most popular title, in a social engineering attack. After Riot Games refused to pay the ransom, hackers took the matter further, posting an ad on breach forums and opening an auction for the source code, with $1 million as a starting bid. Besides the game's code, attackers also took the code of Riot Games' proprietary anti-cheat engine. Later, Riot Games said the incident had compromised systems in their development environment, but assured followers that player data and personal information had not been compromised. So far, there's no information on where and how exactly the attack happened, but Riot Games is currently investigating the incident. That's it for January Cyber Incident Recap. If you like this video, you will absolutely like these two right here. Stay on top of all the cyber news, and I'll see you all later.